What up, y'all? How's it going? This is Lay LK, aka OneYoungsta, with Choppin' It Up Geek, with my boy Avery and my boy Christian. Say what up, y'all.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah. May the 4th be with you. It's Star Wars Day. Oh, yeah.
Take that, copyright infringement.
Oh, man.
This has been an interpolation of the Darth Vader Death March.
Yeah, so let's get it started. Alright, cool. So check it. Star Wars Day. It's a beautiful day. May the 4th be with all of y'all. Right now, we figured for this day, we were going to talk about the most recent entry, which is the 7th film, which is, of course, Star Wars The Force Awakens, where, we've had a little time to sit on the movie, think about the movie, even watch it out on, DVD, Blu-ray, or digital. Now it's time to kind of, go over our thoughts. How do we feel about the film? Is it still as good as it was when it came out? Has it, changed its place as far as our rating? What are things we like, things we didn't like, things that we hope to see? So, I guess I'll start out with you, Avery. How you feel about Star Wars The Force Awakens?
There's been an awakening. Can you feel it? But, in retrospect, in time, I just bought it on DVD like 2 weeks ago, DVD Blu-ray.
But that's when it came out, right?
Nah, it's been out for a little bit. I was late getting it. Like, I just got it week before last, and it's been out for almost maybe almost a month, 4 weeks at least.
Okay.
But anyway, when I first saw it, I had slight disappointment. I enjoyed it because it had moments that made me be excited, like when I saw the Millennium Falcon flying.
Yeah.
And all of that and different things. And I was disappointed because I just wanted a totally new story. And I realized Disney was playing it safe so that they didn't alienate the fans like they had with the prequels. Even though the prequels, part 2 and 3, were better than episode 1. But anyway, in watching it now, it's a very entertaining movie. I always feel good watching it with the different scenes and all of that. So it just held up, and it got better like a fine wine to me.
Word. Christian, how about you, man?
I actually thought not Marvel, Disney. Yeah. Well, I want to approach it with the general corporate structure. Disney. I don't want to say they played it safe. They did play it safe, but I feel like they were also trying to gain back fans that were lost because of the sequels as well.
The prequels.
The prequels.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But I feel like they were trying to gain those fans back as well, saying, hey, go back to general format to get you reaccustomed to what Star Wars was, how it felt, how it made you feel, and just the overall general magic of what is to be Star Wars.
Yeah,
so that was dope.
Where I'll be honest, when I first saw it, it took me back to being a kid. I can still feel the moment when the first title card came up. You see the Star Wars, and you see the the words start to scroll across the screen. I was just like, man, we are back. Star Wars is a brand new Star Wars film, and one of the coolest things is I'm about to watch a Star Wars film that I can't quote. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to watch something completely new. Now, of course, a lot of the themes and the emotional beats were kind of replayed. But kind of like you said, Christian, I do believe as fans, we kind of needed it. We kind of needed to be kind of I guess ushered back in okay, guys, we know the last films weren't what you wanted, but come on back. We're going to give you what you love and, also show you a little flair on some new characters that we're planning to bring in. And I had a ball. I saw it in the theater 3 times, and each time I was just I was taken away to another galaxy. I'd be in the theater, I wouldn't be thinking about bills or a job or whatever's going on. It was just I was locked in, and I have to give it to Disney and J.J. Abrams and all that, because though there were things where we didn't really get to see Luke, like I wanted to see him and stuff like that. But, it was just so
Well, I had a feeling
fun.
they were going to do that anyway.
Well, yeah, I was hoping that we were going to be able to see him,
That's
impart
why
some
he
wisdom or
was on
something.
The posters.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I thought that he wasn't on any of the posters because they were trying to say, look, these are our new people. We want you to get to know our new people. You know what I'm saying? But
Leia and Han was on the
true.
poster.
Good point.
I thought they were doing it back then because I was like, yo, maybe he turned evil or something, or it's a twist or something that's going to happen, and they didn't want to put him on there. Or I was even like, maybe Luke's Kylo Ren. Like, by them
wow.
But that's one thing I liked about how Disney did with this movie, unlike most movies now. They didn't oversaturate you with stuff, and you didn't know what was going on. And I think that was an influence from J.J. Abrams, because he's pretty hidden when he brings his movies out. You don't know nothing beforehand. Like,
he does. He does a good job.
Riding in covered bags and stuff going on set.
Yep.
And you don't know.
That's how he did
And
Star Trek.
even look at what he did with Cloverfield just now. You didn't even know that movie was coming out till the trailer dropped in like January. You're like, what?
Yeah, it did come out.
He had
of nowhere.
another movie coming out?
Which I thought the ending was like.
I didn't see that movie yet, but I'm just saying, just off of the surprise, I feel like the industry needs to go back to less is more when it comes to
Like
previews.
surprise movie?
Previews.
Like, what?
For the previews. Back in the day, you might have got a teaser and then a trailer. Now they got 2 main trailers, and then as the movie comes out, they bring out more stuff. And then after the movie comes out, they reveal even more. But I guess they're trying to cater to what they feel.
Revealing too much as far
that's what I mean,
as Batman and Superman is concerned. But this is not that kind of podcast.
Yeah. We gotta stay in our lane.
Now, as far as this is concerned, would you guys like, as far as I'm concerned, I would consider The Force Awakens a success.
Yeah.
Like, that movie succeeded on all levels. I had fun. I enjoyed the characters.
I got 2 billion reasons why it's a success. Almost 3. But as I digress.
Financially, yes, but I mean, would you consider it as a fan of Star Wars? Would you consider it Christian? Would you consider it a success?
Yeah, I really I didn't have any problems with it. Like, I went there and I enjoyed myself. If I had any problems, it would have arose, after watching it. And in this day and age, I actually don't buy a lot of movies. And I went and bought Star Wars with the DVD, Blu-ray, digital package, behind the scenes version of that. So, yeah, I think, it was obviously like a success to me.
You, Avery?
I think it was a success. You really didn't hear too many people of course you're going to hear the geek complaining, then you got the little Star Wars contingent that might complain, but a lot of my people I talked to enjoyed it. My big Star Wars fan I know, she said she was crying.
Wow.
And it had to sit in her car, but she's a big Han Solo fan, so she dresses up as Han, and she's from Canada. But if a movie emotionally reaches you like that, then it's a success. And then to go to Toys R Us and look around, go around town, and you'll see people rocking Kylo Ren shirts and what's the girl's name? Ray. You see them rocking that stuff. And
Darth Maul forever.
I think it's a success when you see people wearing the paraphernalia from the new people. Even though I have not seen too much Finn stuff.
Yeah, I do
the
see.
Brother. I have not.
I've seen the toys.
No, I'm talking about shirts.
The fandom of Finn.
Yeah.
Isn't as celebrated as the fandom of Ray or the fandom of
Ray catered toward the feminists, so the women is gonna rock.
Even Poe, I don't see a lot of Poe love.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting.
But mostly Finn, because Finn is one of, even though it's supposed to be 3 new characters, there's 2 extremely main protagonists that the story is truly following, which is Finn and Ray.
Which is Finn and Ray. Yeah. Okay, now let's touch on that for a second, because I think it's unanimous that we all love Star Wars and we all love this new entry. With this, what do you think it is about Ray as opposed to Finn that's either connecting with people harder or stronger, I guess? Or is it a situation where, we're just dealing with kind of like nerd rage, nerd hate, nerd racism stuff? Or is it a situation where maybe it's kind of like under the surface, but they actually like the character?
With Rey, I think it's mostly for females. They see her as a powerful female who was able to do things on her own.
Lemonade.
Yeah.
And hold her things. Shout out to Beyonce. But yeah, she came in.
It's the Rey high.
She came into danger, and she didn't need like a man to defend her. She was able to take up the lightsaber and
Quit holding my
defend
hand.
herself.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's a big reason why her character works, and she's actually she's a lovable character in the film. Like, you're not tired of Rey,
Yeah.
She's a lovable character. I had something to say about Finn, but I forgot.
All right. Well, as far as Finn, I've seen a lot of, because I follow a lot of comic book artists, so I've seen a lot of fan art of Finn, but I think I agree. I don't think I've seen a lot of like Finn,
like people dressing up as
Finn. I've seen the toys, but I don't think I've seen like Finn shirts and
toys.
stuff.
I want to make that clear. Avery owns the 2 Finn toys, but back to you, Mike.
He said the 2 Finn toys.
But like maybe it's a situation where maybe he just got overshadowed in the film, but
I don't think he did though.
Yeah, me neither. Like I
So
feel
you
like
overshadowed it.
What's up?
He ain't have no force powers. If he had to display force powers, we would have been talking about him, because one, he would have had all the cats. Some of them upset. Oh my God, the black guy's got the powers. Even though we had Mace Windu, but that's Samuel Jackson. And 2,
but he already had hate coming into the film before anybody even saw a trailer.
Yeah,
like any kind of like.
How could you have a black stormtrooper?
Yeah, and like it's,
He's supposed to be a clone.
If you're truly a fan,
look alike.
If you're truly a fan and follow the timeline, you know that they could be any kind of stormtrooper.
Yeah,
they're not clone troopers.
Yeah.
So,
and
like,
if you remember the movie, when General Hux was confronted by Kylo Ren, he's like, maybe the Supreme Leader needs to go back to a clone army. My troopers are been trained from birth.
Yeah,
the best. This is an aberration.
Yeah, so all right, let's touch on that with the force power things. Let's talk about some speculation, because I actually have a speculation that the force has awakened in all 3 of our new characters.
Yeah, I have the same speculation.
For different reasons, because of course with Maz Kanata, we've seen that the force, you don't have to be a Jedi to have the force. You know what I'm saying? So for Poe, I think the way he uses the force is that he like or subconsciously is just great at flying. Like, he's always been the best at flying, and he doesn't really know why. He's just great at it. Finn, I think his force power is being able to kind of like distinguish immediate danger, because when he was in that situation with the villagers, he immediately snapped, and like they even played the force music behind him when he was like I guess not really hesitating, so I think he has the force as well. Also when Maz gave him the lightsaber, because after Rey was like, I don't want to touch this or whatever, she gave it to him. She's like, you do have a weapon. So like, I think he has it. I don't think it's strong, because of course, since they've been brainwashing the kids, I think it suppressed it, but I think it's there. Yeah, and then Rey, of course, that joint is mad awoke.
Well, so, I think to explain the Finn and Rey a little further.
Word.
Since the Force has its balances, and it's kind of off kilter and unbalanced, Rey was able, like, kind of like the good side of Force within Rey was able to kind of like balance itself. Yeah. And Rey was kind of able to just go on emotion, or I guess non-emotion, because if you're on the good side of the Force, you're not supposed to feel it. True. Whatever, we don't want to get into that. But she was basically able to kind of feel it out. As where Finn, he's almost like a baby. Like, he has...
Well, yeah, you're right.
He doesn't have a great perception of what is good and what is evil. He's been trained to be this stormtrooper this whole time. So out of nowhere, which shouldn't happen if he's been brainwashed since birth to be a stormtrooper, he should only know to be a stormtrooper and shoot at people and take orders. But for some odd reason, something
miss at people.
Well, shoot and miss at people, or hopefully hit somebody someday with red lasers. snapped and said, "Nah, I can't do this. This is wrong."
If he gets to get with Rey, he'll be the first stormtrooper to hit his target.
Oh man.
which I think is a little bit of foreshadowing that J.J. Abrams kind of leads you into.
Yeah, like now
Jedi babies, Jedi mixed babies all day.
As far as like our, you know, the film, you know, you had your Poe, Finn and Rey. Real quick, let's talk about Poe and Finn. Were you feeling their friendship, Avery? Did it seem real and natural to you, or, you know, what?
It's real. It seemed a little too quick, but I'm like, yo, when you both brothers in arms, you know what I'm saying, trying to get away, and y'all both get it. They steal the TIE fighter, which I think are cool, being black, and they get away, and then Poe is figuring it out Finn is figuring it out on the spot how to shoot, and they, you know, getting away. Sometimes when you have a shared experience, shared danger, or in the trench,
especially experience like that, yeah,
in the trenches together, you form that quick brotherhood.
It's like, hey, remember the time we almost died, but we got out of there and everything was cool? Yo, man, forever.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally being in the military, I know about this kind of sort of. I mean, it don't happen super quick like that. I mean, we did have only 2 hours or whatever, so they kind of had to form it. But it kind of does happen like that. If you were somebody that's been down with you, or been through the trenches, been through the low times plus the good times, you tend to form a quick relationship. And, you know, Finn felt bad. Finn thought Poe was dead at first.
Yeah.
You know, but then once he found out he was alive, he was thanking him for allowing him to, you know, for flying him out from that shackles of being a brainwashed stormtrooper, you know. So I think you might see a little bit more development in that in the next movie. We don't know which direction they're going to go, and hopefully he's healed up and can walk and don't have a split spine and is in a real wheelchair or a floating wheelchair or something. But yeah, I thought, I mean, it was pretty cool. You didn't get to see it that much though, because him and Finn and Poe were only together really about 2 times really in the movie.
Yeah.
When they were escaping.
Yeah.
And then when they met up at the base, because Finn left to go save Rey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Han. And then he was, you know, on the mend, knocked out cold the rest of the movie.
But I feel like that's the magic of being a great director and knowing how to show the writing and be able to go, all right, we only got like a couple chances to really show this relationship form and the bond that they have. And the fact that the second time they meet, in my head and emotionally, I'm watching, I'm like, wow, man, they best friends. Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy about it.
I'm wanted to sing the My Buddy song.
Yeah.
My buddy.
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it that emotion like came over me, and I'm like, they're gonna be best friends forever.
Well, the thing that I thought was cool is, well, 2 things. One, they established a friendship in like 3 to 5 minutes that they couldn't establish in the prequels over like 6 hours of content.
But the way they did it seemed natural.
Yeah. And then the second thing
Who
is,
did you want friendship in the prequels with? What two
between
Obi-Wan
and Vader or Anakin. You know, like they never really got along. Every time we saw them in the prequels, they were always butting heads over something trivial to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? And we were just supposed to believe that they became friends. Now, in the animated series, it worked well.
But you know why that was? Because the Emperor was always there, kind of a little bit usurping in there.
Okay.
So he was kind of like that dude, because he saw where if Anakin was with
he did manipulate.
He could have. I think if Obi-Wan had been around Anakin without the Emperor's interference, you would have seen a more stronger bond. You know, but the Emperor was going behind his back, chirping in his ear. Now, like you said, in Clone Wars, they seem closer in both.
Yeah, it worked a lot better.
Both the animated and the CGI version.
Yeah.
But the live action.
Now, my second thing is, on screen, a lot of people don't know that Oscar Isaacs is Latino. So you got a black man and a Latino.
You call him Oscar Isaacs?
Or Isaacs,
like
Isaac, sorry.
like Salinas.
Salinas. But you got Oscar Isaac, and you got I cannot think of his name, but Finn. You got Finn on screen together, you know what I'm saying, joining forces, happy to see each other, you know what I'm saying. That's something you don't normally see.
Yeah.
Like, we got a Spanish brother, a black brother, you know, a white sister, you know what I'm saying, holding it down for the galaxy, you know, taking us into the new chapter.
Yeah.
You know, now, of course, unfortunately, Han fell, and I don't know where that leaves Chewie, which I want to get to next.
Well, I guess Chewie will be watching over Rey, since she's the new pilot of the Millennium Falcon.
Well, will she pilot the Millennium Falcon, or is she gonna is she gonna stay with Luke and kind of Chewie?
Well, I think it would be a little bit of both, because Han was willing to bring her on, and she's been the only person to truly take on that baton, and she's the only person that's actually been somewhat past the baton as far as being like, you drive it.
And you can tell that she likes the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not just a machine or a car or something to her.
She understands how it works.
And out. Compressor.
Like like Han did. And Chewie knows her.
Well, think about it. She's been Jakku has been like a junk planet. You had a bunch of derelict hulks, like a ship graveyard there, Star Destroyers, all that. So when she's climbing through there, scavenging for parts, you got to be kind of like a mechanic to know how to do all that. So
at least to know, and also to know what's valuable. You know what I'm saying?
So she got to know how stuff works, because she going in there for certain parts, and got it somewhere along the line from her childhood. She learned how to take apart stuff and understand stuff, and that might be why she's kind of good. Because remember, Anakin, when he was little, was good with machines, because he built 3PO and R2D2, and then he was a good pilot too. And so I hope they don't come to me like somehow she's related to him. But anyway,
or
go ahead.
She's not necessarily a pilot. She's a good mechanic / engineer, I guess. Poe is the pilot, and since the Millennium Falcon is technically like the fastest ship in the galaxy, Poe should get the Millennium Falcon.
But he's with the rebels, though.
Yeah, but
leading the road.
But the Falcon has been a rebel ship.
Yeah, it has led the rebels.
So
before.
It has history, and then
maybe Poe takes it.
Chewie might want
kind of
some,
like how Lando did in the Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, and Chewie might want some revenge. So
because
I ain't gonna lie, Rey can fly though when she let it float.
She can fly.
Get into position to shoot.
Homegirl got nice.
Yeah, she could fly, but she ain't Poe taking out like 15 TIE fighters in a scene.
Yo, man, that joint was so dope. I counted it. Every time I count it, I come up with a different number.
I always come plus one up.
But I want to say it's around 12 to 13 targets that he hit. Because every time I count it, it's a different number. It's like
y'all talk about when
the scene
when
they came on the planet.
Maz's house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that, man, is just it.
You
it
swear
just blows me away.
You swear he's the only X-wing.
Like, it blows me away every time. And it's kind of like one of those things where even to the rebels, I mean not the rebels, to the Empire, I mean, well, to the First Order. Even to the First Order, when they know he's out there, it's kind of got to be like the other teams during the 90s when Jordan came on the court. Like, it's like, man, we gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? It's like Jordan, because you see Jordan, you know he's good for at least 25 points. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you already know you lost.
Yeah, because the First Order gets there, they got 20 ships.
Yeah.
But and then the rebels come in, they got like 3 X-wings. It's like, who's flying in though? Who's in that first ship? Is that a black X-wing? Who in there? Man, is that Poe? Let's get the hell out.
It's like, yo, we out. It's Poe Dameron, we out. Yo, man,
they like zooming in.
The cat don't play. Yo, let's roll. Because even
like
what is it?
Turn around.
Turn around.
Even
Kylo Ren. When the guy came and told him, like when he knocked out Rey and put her to sleep or whatever, the guy was like, yo, he said something like, we're losing or whatever. He was like, tell everybody to pull out. He was like he ain't even like, and what would have been cool?
But I think he said that because he's like, he got what he wanted.
Oh well, yeah, it's true. Yeah. He was like,
because he didn't know.
We don't need the ship. I mean, we don't need we don't need the droid no more.
He don't see people falling. Like
now, someone has, I want to say John Schnepp from Collider movie talk said this, but that scene where Finn sees the trooper and he calls him a traitor and they fight, how much better would that fight have been if that was Captain Phasma that called him a traitor? Like, how that would have made the scene at the end a lot more meaningful, at least in my opinion. Because once he brought it up, I was like, you know what? That would have been cool because she already called him out about taking his helmet off and all that, and his blaster not working or something. And then now she's calling him a traitor. And then our third encounter is when he's like, "Yeah, I'm in charge. Yeah. You can't do nothing to me, Phasma." And then and then like, take them shields down. And then like she took them joints down. She was like, "Don't you know you stupid? You going in the trash." But anyway, like I think that scene actually could have worked a lot better in that case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let's see. Let's see, Avery, starting with you, what would you have added, since we gotta see, we're looking at, we almost at time, so like, Avery, what would you have added to this film? If you, like, say if you got a chance to be like second unit director or something, what would you have added to this film?
That's real hard because the film wasn't that bad where it's like, yo, we need to add stuff. My only thing was I wanted more new material from people. Like I said, it was kind of like a walk down memory lane to kind of like appease the older Star Wars fans and then to bring in new ones. It was kind of like the new age, new hope. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I kind of wanted them to start more fresh with newer stuff coming in. So if anything, maybe a little bit more like where the heck the First Order came from or whatever, or like that, or how the heck did Luke's group get taken down, but we'll probably get that in the next movie. So that's the only thing, really.
How about you, Chris?
Nothing really aside from what you were talking about is making that scene between Finn and the Stormtrooper, making Finn and Captain Phasma. But other than that, I mean, like Avery said, when you watch a film that's good, there's not a lot of times when you're thinking about like what can you make better. If it's a good film, it's a good film, and you leave it at that. If it's a bad film, you could think of 101 reasons as to why this film could be better. Yeah. And this one, as far as like the grand scheme of things, I understand why they took the approach of like the quote-unquote safe route. Because, I mean, if you're going to be pumping out a Star Wars film every year, then, you know, that's kind of like a minuscule step in the right direction.
I'm going to say this.
All right.
I hope I'm not being too bold. Since Disney's running this, sorry, Marvel's going to be in the cinema.
It's like Marvel, Disney, Lucasfilm. It's like this little it's like Venn diagram.
Call it the studio.
And how is it not a monopoly? But anyway, since Disney is doing this and they're bringing a Star Wars related movie for the next, would you say, 8 years or so?
Yeah, at least one.
Yeah.
Which I can imagine that doubling.
Yeah. So my point is this: these people at these studios, they're not trying to waste their money. They're putting the best talent, directors, actors, all of that.
Right.
You don't even have to worry about the special effects because they got Lucasfilm and ILM, so you're good. It's almost like how Marvel now, with all the superhero movies from Marvel, to me, really being good for the most part, they putting forth that top-notch talent and they not playing no games.
Yeah.
So Disney...
And they trying to get their stuff back.
Yeah.
So Disney is not playing no games with this because they actually pay attention to the fans, kind of, sort of. They're not trying to put out no turds or anything that'll piss the fans off, because if the fans are pissed, and in this day and age, we will get on the internet and get and boycott or not support your stuff. They're not trying to lose any money. They want everybody's money.
Yeah.
Every last damn.
Disney don't play when it comes to everybody's
every
money.
every last dime. So they're going to be putting out good products out. Not that I'm saying George Lucas didn't with the prequels and all, but they're really like trying to. So I think they're going to do right. Now, is the market going to get a little oversaturated? Yes, but it won't be from lack of effort or lack of trying. They're trying to put something cohesive out.
Well, to jump on, there's probably two things I would have added. One, I really think Chewie should have hugged Leia instead of Rey. It's not a make or break for me, but I really wanted Chewie to get consoled after a moment like that. And then when Rey found out that it was Finn's idea to save her, I do think that would have been a perfect kiss moment. I think if that was Han and Leia would have kissed him. I do think that.
Yeah, but Leia and Han...
They did have a slightly different relationship.
And they were two very, very strong personalities.
Yeah.
They kind of... they were antagonizing a little bit to each other.
Yeah.
So well, Finn and Rey kind of had that a little bit too. Stop grabbing my hand.
Yeah.
But she did look like she got a little flush.
Yeah, she did get a little flush. So I'm like,
there was that longing.
Yeah, I think
look,
we're gonna get a payoff for that relationship, like in episode 9.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the payoff for that.
Well, especially she kissed him at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
like
so
she get forehead.
Well, yeah, it was a forehead kiss, but it was lip contact.
It was still a kiss that she didn't actually have to do.
That's right.
She could have just said, "Hope you feel better."
But like, take it easy, and like pat him on the shoulder,
pat him, and then like do the slow walk off.
But she was like, "I'm gonna give you these lips."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The mouth lips. But anyway,
the mouth lips. So I hope you feel better.
So
she just said on his face.
Oh man, oh boy. All right, so speculation for episode 8.
Completely conscious.
Avery, what you got? Speculation for 8. What you got?
Have nothing, man. I don't know. I'm not a big speculator on stuff. I
forgot. I know you hate speculation.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I just think that I think we're gonna get a little bit of backstory with pictures, a visual backstory why Luke went into hiding. We might even get a little more pictures of when Kylo Ren came through and turned on him, and we might get a little bit of more background on the First Order and
Knights of Ren. Oh, like a couple more shots of
and I'm like, if you got the Knights of Ren, where they at now?
Yeah.
Were they Force welders too? But I think you're gonna just get more character development.
Yeah.
I don't think they can do too much character development on Finn because he's just a stormtrooper.
Yeah, but I feel
but
like
you get more character development, him being a freed man, if you want to say.
Yeah.
You know.
And like more kind of like accepting his role, I guess, as being a hero, I guess, or becoming a hero, I guess.
Yeah, and of being an individual versus a cog in the great machine.
Word. How about you, Chris?
As far as speculation, I don't really have any. As far as, because I know, I have a very good feeling that these movies would just be what I want them to be without me knowing exactly what I want from these films, type of thing.
Word.
Only thing I hope to see is Finn, to see like Luke see Finn and know that he has the Force abilities and then start to train him, and then have that moment to where like Finn has kind of like always been throughout the movies, both on and off camera, being the fanboy in the storyline. Like the Force, I'm freaking out. You know,
or like, we'll just use the Force. That's not how it works.
Yeah, like, and then he's like, "You're Han Solo," like, you know, that excitedness. Or like, if say Luke teaches him how to Force push an apple, like he's like, "Oh snap!" and he's just wilding out pushing apples in the background while like, you know,
while like
Ray having a full conversation, like, you know, stuff like that. So that's something I would like to see.
I would like to see sort of like, and I know this is going to sound cheesy, but like a Rocky style like montage of like Snoke, because remember Snoke was like, it's time to complete his training. So Snoke training Kylo Ren, and then Luke training Rey and Finn, because there's a rematch. You know what I'm saying? Now they look.
Is this taking place in Russia?
Ray.
Look, it's taking place it's gonna be mad snow. All right, and he's gonna have to run up the snow by himself, and it's gonna be like
no. See, Kylo's gonna be in this this well financially diverse first order facility where they got all these machines, right?
Yeah.
And then Rey's gonna be in the far off land where it's like mad snow, and then Luke is like on her back.
And she gonna be
and she doing mad front flips.
And she gonna be lifting like horse stuff, like those big logs and stuff.
Kylo mess up, Snoke gonna be like zapping them and crap like again.
Yeah, definitely, because Kylo Ren is very emotional.
Yeah, he don't.
Which is, I mean, it's a part of the dark side.
Don't bring him no bad news, man. That joint is.
He breaking stuff.
I ain't telling him nothing.
If you tell him
I'm telling him stuff.
I'm
telling him stuff by text.
Yeah, it's a good thing he never got mad in the engineering room.
Yeah,
like the ship just go.
Like yo, I'm like, straight up. I'm giving him
that big horn they got.
Yo, I'm sending all his news by email, son.
It's like, is Kylo Ren in the engineering room? It's like, yeah, he was real mad. Abandoned ship.
Yeah. But word. Thank you guys for listening. Of course, comment, like, share. This has been Lay Ill Kid, my man Avery and Christian. We're chopping it up geek, of course, for you on May the 4th, Star Wars Day. And of course, we'll see you next time. Peace.